Oh, is that who I think it is? We zoom in closely. This is Santa Claus, also known as Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, the goal of this tournament is to play Magnus Carlsen, because I failed the last tournament in guitar. Did not do well enough to play him. Thank you, Berlin. Okay. Oh, playing Witty Alien. I believe is another streamer. Not sure if he's streaming though. Don't think we've ever played. Okay. No Stafford. Play Sicilian. I think I'll play what my repertoire was in guitar. I was mainly studying Taimanov. Okay, we have a Smith Morra. Yeah, some weird like Danish Smith Morra type thing. I think Bishop B4 is maybe reasonable. Because generally the knight takes. The knight takes we transpose into some main line. Not sure if I was supposed to play a6 there or not. The last time I studied this was before my final round in Reykjavik, because I was preparing against my opponent Smith Morra, and we had some crazy, crazy line. I think I'm supposed to take this, and then probably give back the piece. I mean, knight b8's a consideration, but yeah, this looks okay. Because after takes, I'll still be up a pawn, and offering a queen trade. If d6, knight g6 should be okay. What about bishop d6? Yeah, basically I'm just giving back the piece. Like takes, I'll develop my light sword bishop. I'm not seeing like so much compensation for white, although white is trying. So do I have like 95, take d6? There's f6, maybe f6 first? Oh, f6, okay, I have to wake up. Maybe h6, then bishop h4. Knight a5 is probably the better move. Was hesitant to play it because the knight might get stuck with like b4 coming, but I do get some initiative. Bishop d3, I'll play h6. And maybe b5 coming, b5 knight c4. Or even b6. Wow. If I take, there's queen, there's take and then queen h5. It's interesting. What about take and g6? Looks a little bit risky, but I don't see how white's mating me. The plan is king g7, maybe bishop e5, rook h8. I'm temporarily up 2 pieces here, so all I have to do is not get mated. I'm okay giving back 1 piece. I mean, white's basically using the strategy to sacrifice everything and hope it's checkmate. I'm using the strategy to take everything and hope it's not checkmate. Yeah, so king here has the idea to meet queen h3 with rook h8. And then I'll be getting the attack on the h-file. Now bishop e5. Yeah, this is a nice thing about having the dark square bishop and white not having the dark square bishop. I cover a lot of the dark squares. Got my wooden shield. White's still sacking things. Very clever play. I mean, my bishop on c8's a bit stuck, but I mean, now I'm attacking the rook and the knight. And the pawn, and the other pawn. So white has a bunch of things hanging. Okay, that's a free knight. Yeah, I think white sacrificed a little bit too many things there. Queen here coming to threaten mate, offer the queen trade, attack the bishop. Yeah, this game reminds me of like walking into Costco. Like there's so much free food. Like you walk in and there's all these booths of like the free samples. I really spoiled myself. I take the bishop. So I'm up 3 minor pieces. Okay, yeah, rook h8 was the threat too. Alright, nice start. I imagine I'll play a higher rated opponent next round. So, yeah, generally, like the main line in Smith Morra, white played a delayed version, but usually white will take with this knight. And then this position I would play bishop b4. What we got in the game was some transposition, and I'm pretty sure this setup is like one of the best approaches against Smith Morra. Engine will give maybe minus 0.3 in black's favor. Or the engine will just refuse to operate. Yeah, this line is so strong, even Stockfish is struggling to understand it. Yeah, why go to Costco when you can just have free food in Title Tuesday? Eval bar. Is eval bar working? I think the eval bar is broken too. Yeah, it's just stuck at 0. That's okay, we don't need engines today. I'm gonna use my own brain. Did you miss not being able to play in the I Am Not a GM event? So I wasn't invited to be a player. I was invited to be a commentator, but it completely overlapped with the tournament in Qatar, so I would not have been able to play or commentate. I did watch the end of the final match between Levy and Polina. It was like very exciting finals. More exciting than last year. Okay. Oh, playing Srinath. We played a friendly game, actually several friendly games in Sochi. Okay, emote only. Okay, let's play some normal openings. Yeah, just following my prep from Qatar. I played this line in round 2, I believe. Actually, in round 2, I got a losing position and then had some miracle save. Queen c2 and queen a4 are most likely. Botez played this move against me on live Icelandic TV a few months ago. But yeah, this is all still prep. b5 is a nice kind of neutralizing move. Queen b5, rook b8. I can win b2. This is definitely not the most challenging line white can play, but it leads to probably close to equal position. Conserving a lot of time here in the beginning. So bishop c3, I can choose where to put the rook. There is some idea. Oh wow. That bishop b7. So I'm threatening to take and then take. Bishop c1, I have rook b6. Also some rook b4 ideas. Did I just miss knight b6? It's knight b6. White had options. So rook b4. Maybe just rook b6. Because rook b4, the queen would move back and bishop a3 comes. I do have to be wary. If the queen moves, white will be having ideas of knight a4. basically threatening bishop f2, maybe? Yeah, trying to optimize the pieces. Have to look out for tactics. Okay, now rook b4. Queen a5, bishop b6, perhaps. Knight g4. Maybe just h6. What do I do with a3? I have e5, perhaps. Do this move. That's slightly annoying. It was getting very tricky. Hitting f2, preparing e5. I have no idea what's going on. Might be winning material. Might not be. Up a piece now. Ah, there's that move. Wow. Super tricky. Doesn't work. Yeah, I think I'm just losing here, unfortunately. Any tricks? I would love to get the 3 minors for the 2 rooks, but position's so passive. Some queen a8 trick. It's not working though. Yeah, rook c8's coming too. Ah. There goes most of my pieces. Hey, it's a fork. Opposition. There goes everything, though. Okay. Good game. I got really tricky there. Somehow the tactics didn't quite work for me. Can't be too disappointed. Let's see. I mean, the critical moment was probably around when I played e5. And we got to a position where just so many things are targeted for both sides. Knight d5 I was kind of oblivious to. And then the issue was that my knight is pinned in the very end. So maybe this whole line was bad for me. And the position looked really pleasant out of the opening, though. Maybe rook d8 was wrong. Because I thought I'm pressuring the queen, but in reality, it's the d file that white's putting pressure on, because yeah, my knight got pinned. So, that was round 2. 1 out of 2. Okay, next game, I'll play e4. I played more e4 than d4 in Qatar. Only played d4 my first round. I went into the London. But e4 is, I have some more fresh preparation in. At least in certain variations, so I'm hoping I get to show something in this game. Alright, I'll play knight c3. I'll play knight f3. Yeah, this is a topical line, which I'll admit I'm not super well prepared in, but this is the one move I am prepared for. I was preparing this for my, was it round 2 or 3? No, it was round 3 against Josiah Stearman. Because he told me that he was considering going into this line, and he would play knight h6. And now I get to show some prep. But what is a prep? Castling, or I think it's d3 first, knight here, and then yeah, I'm supposed to delay castling because there's some cases where white can play h4. And knight g4 is actually the main move here, because if queen takes, there's d5. I first learned this line years ago, like over 10 years ago, when I first started playing knight c3 Sicilian. And when I first learned it, I think the engines would give like some close to equality in this position. But with modern engines, at least in a lot of lines, I prefer white. Queen b6 is not a move I'm like so prepared for. I think I'll just play bishop b3. One of the main ideas, at least with modern engines, is h4, h5. Okay, bishop g4 can be a threat. Yeah, there's a lot of moves that improve the position, like queen g3, bishop b3. Eventually, I do want to probably push the pawn. There's also the idea of f4, f5 as well. The more typical Grand Prix attack type idea. But pushing the h-pawn is nice because black can't play h5 because the knight's in the way. And there's so many cases where the h-file is guaranteed to open. Now is a4 a threat? The thing is, if I play a4 myself, there's bishop e6. So now might be the time to just storm the h-pawn. If a4, I play bishop c4, bishop e6. I'd probably end up taking and play h5. Ah, there's queen b4 is slightly annoying. Queen b4, king f1. Because bishop d2, there's queen b2. I guess black wants to play knight e5 and harass my bishop. Although I don't really care if my bishop gets harassed because, yeah, I'm having a pretty strong attack with just the pawn, the queen, rook. This dark squared bishop could maybe come in someday. And time is nice. Just looking at the clock, realizing I'm up a minute. Rook a5, wow. So if I take... There's this pin. If I play queen here, there's rook h5. Considering f3. f3, knight e5, queen h4. f3 actually looks pretty good. Oh, there's knight e3 though. Knight e3 I take on g6. Yeah, there's a line where I allow black to fork me. But yeah, if knight e3 I take on g6 because of this pin, and then I'm threatening mate. So knight e5 would defend g6, but it obstructs a rook, so it allows queen h4. And then the calculation is rook e8, queen h7, king f8, bishop h6, bishop takes, and then mate on h8. And we might see that play out. I guess the king can run, but can it hide? Threatening this mate in one. Yeah, okay. That's a pleasant mate. Queen h8. I think black took on b2 expecting me to take on g7 with a plan to run, but yeah, this was more efficient. Okay, got another win. Nice to use some opening prep that I did not get to use in guitar. That's a nice thing about playing a classical tournament, especially one that finished recently, is basically with every game I have prep that I didn't use that is still fresh in mind. Yeah, I was talking with Josiah after our game, and he was actually shocked when I told him that the engine really prefers these lines for white, because he had also like studied this line years ago and thought this line is okay for black. But I think objectively, okay, eval's giving plus 0.6. So objectively, but also practically, it's yeah, a bit difficult for black to play. Did you talk to Magnus at all in Qatar? No, I didn't. I talked to Anish Giri, though. Had some Thai food with him. He's very friendly in real life. He's also friendly in virtual life. Just all around friendly. So, next game. Playing a strong player. White again. Okay. I'll repeat the same opening. Another Sicilian. Four knights. I don't know what to do against this. Let's just play a3. Trying to have something solid. Yeah, I don't usually play open Sicilian unless I'm like specifically prepared for what I know my opponent plays. But at least we'll have a fresh position. Bishop g2 and castle. I probably play these structures more from the black side, because they can usually come from Taimanov. Opponent taking time. I want to play bishop e3, not worry about knight g4. f4, there's g4. Trying to figure out my plan. I actually don't know what my plan is here. Just trying to improve the pieces. Maybe king h2 at some point. Maybe I can maneuver the queen to f2, form the battery. Rook should maybe go to e1. I don't think I want to play g4 because that allows e5 and then... Yeah, I'd rather like keep the structure as is. So queen f2. Right, knight controls b6 now. I don't want to play f5 too soon, allowing knight e5. Could play rook d2. Yeah, it's a small issue. Or maybe a big issue. Rook d4. Rook d4, e5. Maybe it's playable. e5, rook c4. Bishop f6, maybe I play e5, or just take on d6. Ideally, I'd like to play this and this. Although then there's bishop h4. Maybe queen e1 to go after b4. Yeah, it feels weird having the rook here. It's undefended, but it defends, attacks. I keep the pawn tension. Queen b5, I have b3 perhaps. I have rook b4. Black wants d5. Could also trade, but... rook c2 happens. It's tricky. Just taking c3 perhaps. It's still up on time. Guess I do allow bishop e2 and take c3. Got the focus here. That's not good. Very unstable. Final position, there's no hope. What to do? Opponent played well. So a lot of queen e2 in the end. I was under a lot of pressure there. I was down a pawn. Even though I had the bishop pair, the bishops were not doing much. It's a downside of having the bishop on g2 and black getting in this move e5. Which makes me wonder if I ever should have played e5 first, but not sure if it ever worked. Okay, 50%, 2 out of 4. I think we are on a break now. I'm going to take a small break and I will be back momentarily. Are you playing Budapest in Title Tuesday? Not so far. Had one d4 game. It was a Queen's Gambit declined, turned into Catalan. Not sure if I'll end up playing any like crazy aggressive gambits. I think the theme for, at least for my openings this tournament, is to play my opening prep from Qatar. So I'm trying to play lines that I was studying in Qatar. I did get, at least the previous game where I played knight c3, I got like a pretty deep line I was preparing. YouTube, stop notifying you about my videos. I think there's definitely ways to customize your YouTube notification settings. I think they still have like the bell icon, which maybe you have to click. Okay, round 5. Here we go. Playing Alex Kustakov, or Kustakov_Alex. Opponent giving me some small timeouts. Maybe soon to be large timeouts. Hey, it's Yuri. Hey, it's g3. Okay, we're playing h5. Because I didn't play h5 in my... Okay, try and justify this in the tournament. I did encounter g3 in Qatar. It's probably not the best opening to go for, but we're having fun here. That's what matters. Just as I was saying, I'm not going to do anything like crazy gambit-wise. Alright, so how do I justify this? d6, take bishop g4? Play knight c6. And there's queen e4 as well, but rook g1. If queen d5, I think I play b6, bishop e7. Also prepare knight e7. So what's happening? Take, knight f6. Getting some active pieces. Queen d5, I have d6 defending. It's a defensive fork of my own pieces. Okay, we're having fun. I'm down the exchange. And a pawn, actually. Yeah, down, what, rook and pawn for knight? I can take on h2. Could start with d6 as well. Kind of like starting with d6. Bishop g4 is in the air. I'm realizing I should have an h5 emote. I heard that move just turned into a meme during Jonathan's commentary. Still not sure of the origin of it. But like towards the end of the tournament, chat apparently was screaming for h5 in every position. Okay, so getting some time advantage. If I play bishop... What's the best way to do this? I could take on h2 first. Bishop g4, bishop e2. So I won back a pawn, still down the exchange. Bishop g4 is on tap. Yeah, it's nice. Rook g8 and rook h3 are off limits. My minor pieces do control a lot of squares here. Okay, knight d5, knight g4. Move actually looks kind of strong. But knight g4. It's going to get tactical. Threatening mate. I don't think white has time to take. We might see queen e2. Trying to calculate bishop e6. I'm trying to calculate queen e2, basically. Actually considering bishop d7 here. Taking them bishop e5. Am I mating? Might not be mating there. I could play king d8. Looks very slow, but bishop e6 is now an idea. Eventually bishop c4. Oh, that move I forgot about. Have this move. Threatening the knight. F3 might be played. That's a free knight. Rook h8, king e7. Threatening knight f3. Oh no. Knight f3, rook f3. But now I'm threatening knight f3. I might still be threatening knight f3 or queen f2. There. I guess I just take up a piece. Bishop g5, f6. Queen h4 coming. Yeah, we'll force a queen trade. Okay, that was an interesting turn of events. That's a nice fork. Also preventing rook h4. Okay. Hey, I won with h5 on move 1. Yeah, there's really no other move. I guess g3 and g4, they're the only moves where h5 is justifiable. Okay. I hope people are happy now. Alright, new game. I'll play e4 again. Okay. We have a French. There is one opponent in Qatar I was preparing f4 for. f4 for. So now I'm playing it. And then c3. I think bishop d3. Idea takes, my bishop's defended. So we're basically getting like a fresh, kind of weird looking position. I want to allow b5 though. Maybe bishop e4? I could also consider taking. And bishop e4. And then d3. Who is this? Oh, I'm playing ANAND. Grandmaster ANAND. Not exactly fishy, though. Okay, so queen e2. Just gonna put my pieces on the squares where they should be. Hopefully most happy. d3 coming soon. Yeah, bishop d2, rook e1. Maybe eventually have some g4 idea. I think has g4, knight h4. Let's try it. So the idea is to play g5 eventually, and queen h3 and checkmate. Maybe rook lift as well. And g6 might be coming. G5, it does give me long-term pressure. I'm spending a lot of time so far. Okay, I'd like to play rook f3 soon. So queen h6 I think now is a pretty big threat. Black might have to play rook e8. I just take. Knight c2 also maybe a simpler move. Take with a rook. So knight can maybe come in, and the bishop as well. Okay, I like this idea, knight e3, knight g4. We might see some sack on e5 or g5. It seems like it should be risky for black, but maybe the best practical choice. If sack, I have to take. Okay, so now this is becoming more real. Might as well take first. Queen e4 might be coming. Ah, there's that move. This is going to be very tricky. Threat is rook d8. I'm offering the queen trade. It is equal material. So rook a7 is the idea. Oops. I really misplayed this. Should be a draw. Can I play for a win now? Let's go. I think my opponent had auto queen turned on. Oh, wow. How did I win that? I was down. I was down material. I was like down a piece. I think the position's still drawn after the knight. After Lack and under promote. Wow, what a game. No time to really cool down after that one. Oh, man. So I'm 4 out of 6. Playing Ori Kobo. Just have to stay calm. What do I want to play? Just take? I looked at this line briefly. Queen c2. I hope I'm not misremembering. I think this is a possible line, though, just to defend the pawn. At a3, I think I just take it. And there's some idea like knight a5 to defend the pawn. Like here, could consider... Although, I mean, bishop takes looks a little bit easier to play. And then just castle. Could play e5 first. Yeah, bishop b2 is coming. Calculating bishop b2, e4, take. Knight moves, f5. Some d3 move, take. Looks risky for both of us. Which should just mean it's going to be fun for both of us, or fun for one of us. Interesting. I could give back the pawn, but queen c5. Holding on. Knight d4 is now maybe a threat. Wait, what if knight d4? And just this first. I guess there's an issue. Bishop takes, white's threatening d3. But okay, I can just play bishop e6 and castle, maybe. And rook c1's coming. There's going to be a lot of pressure. White has a bishop pair. Rook c1, maybe queen a5. Rook a d8 would be nice to get in. Or rook f d8. There's also f5, queen c2. Let's start with this. Bishop d5 could be a threat. Bishop b4, I just take it. Oh, did the stream die? Sorry if the stream died. Gotta stay focused here. Oh dear. I have to play f6. I still have all 8 pawns. Where does my knight want to go? f5? Maybe rook f7 first. Maybe d6 actually, like f5 and then d6 to defend. There's some idea to play h5. Queen d3 as well. g5 may be coming. Threatening rook f2. I didn't know what to do. Yeah, this should be winning, hopefully. There we go. Not my best technique, but okay, getting the job done. Plenty of time now, too. Some long games here. Okay, let's go. Back-to-back wins over Grandmasters. I do apologize if the stream maybe froze up at some point. I do see I have some drop frames. No break as usual. We continue. I think a couple games in a row, it was the longest game of the round. All right, Caro Kann. I'll play my new weapon against Caro Kann. Whatever that may be. H5. I did not prepare. Interesting. Might just want to castle queenside. Black committing to h5. I don't really have a feel for this position, though. The plan is g6 f4. Or maybe g6 knight e4. f5 is coming. Yeah, 94 perhaps. F5, knight f6, bishop g7 is coming. Bishop h6. Ideally, I want to play like g4 and just attack on the king side as much as possible. Who is this? Oh, this is, yeah, Grandmaster from China, Zhen Zhao. Okay, so I can't take the bishop. Could play knight c5, take. I might be losing a pawn here. Queen d4, bishop f8, queen h6. g4 work in any line? g4 doesn't seem to work. And queen g5 is interesting. Queen g7 is expected. G4 is still not working. So now I'm preparing g4. f6. f6, queen f4, I guess. I mean, the extra pawn that black is up shouldn't mean too much because it's double pawn. I'm definitely the one playing on the king side. Wouldn't mind to open the H and or G files. And this is a big threat. If takes, it's also looking nice. f6, queen e3, rook e8. I don't think it's ever good for black. Okay, never mind. Let's take. Now knight e4. c4 ideas. Queen d2 as well. Let's start with this. Knight c5 is an idea, bishop h7. So this is a threat. Maybe rook h7. c4 looks nice. I think take queen c3 first. But maybe this first. Then this. The bishop and f-pawn will be hanging in the event of take-take. Ah, there's bishop d3. But f-pawn's still hanging. This should be winning. I don't want to give a fortress. I give a fortress. I'm winning. Ah, no, I'm not winning that. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. 3 wins in a row against Grandmasters. 6 out of 8. Definitely due for a break as well. That was a really long game. Only 78 moves. Felt longer. Okay. The chat has been in emote-only mode for a long time now. Really had no breaks for the last, the last couple games were... Last 3 games were very long. So, I haven't had a chance to look at the standings either. I'm a point and a half behind Magnus. He clearly does not want to play me, keeping some distance. I'm tied for top 30, top 20. What's your best score in TT? I think it's 7.5. I don't think I've ever had 8. At least since I started streaming Titled Tuesday on a regular basis. So, it would be nice to win a couple more games of playing a fellow IM. Okay, emote only. Here we go. Oh, from India. Oh, I'm playing Rohith Krishna. We played in Beal. What was our game in Beal, though? It was like the Queen's Gambit declined. Alright, let's play this. Bishop e7. Okay. Following some prep. I think h6 is fine first. Maybe a5. I can castle either way here. a4. Hmm. It is weird to push the A pawn and then castle queenside. I might look to play g5 soon. I think I have to play d5 here, though. I could also take. I should not have played a4. Yeah, it's actually pretty bad the more I'm looking at this. Okay, this is not what I want. Queen c2 is coming, so I feel like I have to defend the pawn. Okay, maybe now g5. It's not pretty, though. Queen a8 idea. Knight b3 idea. Time management has been really bad. Try this. Queen's defended. Opponent maybe missed that. Oh, this is so bad. I have takes. Trying to stay alive, and then knight takes. Knight on c4 hangs after queen f7, though. And maybe I take with rook. Really? Take? Yeah, this is good for white. Still trying, though. No! Felt like I still had chances there. I can just take the rook. Rook's just hanging. The final position's waiting for black. Or is it? Yeah, there's like some checks, but past a pawn. Didn't leave myself enough time. That could have been so nice too. Had a chance for 7 out of 9. At some point, the position was like really, really bad for me. And that's why I spent all my time earlier just trying to survive. And my opponent just like completely missed. My queen was defended, I think. Knight f5 was a little bit reckless. Then here, like, white should just be winning, but it wasn't so simple, especially after I won the a-pawn. Yeah, like here I was ready to take the bishop, so when this came, I froze because my knight's pinned. I didn't have time to register. I can just take the rook. Okay, still a good score, 6 out of 9. Oh, my stream just died. Oops. Ah. Okay, I'm still connected to the server, I think. Yeah, sorry if the stream died. Sometimes the internet speed is out of my control. Emote only off. Okay. Okay, we have another Caro Kann. Slightly different Caro Kann. I have to remember how to play this. It's been a while since I looked at these lines so closely. Looked at these lines when I played Levy, but that was a long time ago. Bishop d2. Yeah, not super thrilled with how I'm playing this. I'm playing this very passively. I mean, at least we'll have a game, maybe, of some sort. This is so passive so far. Some idea knight g4, which no longer is an option. Okay, taking queen f4. So maybe some g4 idea. There's rook e5. It's my collinear move for the day. Could take with pawn. Yeah, I'm envisioning like rook e1 and then g4 and then take with knight and invade f6. This knight would probably like to be on e6. If queen d7, I might have e6 to threaten queen d4. Yeah, these pieces look so passive, but I think the overall structure is fine for white. Bishop e2. Maybe g4. So knight d5. That's queen f3. Take, I probably take with pawn. Queen d2 is coming. It's queen d2, I have queen d1. Oops. Ah, that was an important pawn. Just blind to that. Okay, down a pawn. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work not to lose this. I do like the knight here. Covers some important squares. Up a little bit of time now. Interesting. Probably have to take that. So rook d4. Really hard to find a good move here. Idea queen d4. Maybe I have some ideas of taking. Knight f4, I have queen d4. And the problem is the endgame though. Take. Maybe this? Threatening mate in 1. Let's go. Okay, I want on time. Oh. Okay. Somehow salvage that. Opponent. I didn't even realize my opponent's username. Caro Kann Lover. That wasn't a real Caro Kann though. That was like a modern defense. Yeah, my play, at least for most of this game, was not. It's not the type of play I'm so proud of, but at least I kept holding on. And then, yeah, it made things tricky around here. But actually, probably just. Although King G7, yeah, because C5 is defended. Okay, it makes up for the previous game where I flagged in the better position. So 7 out of 10, right? 7 out of 10. One more game. If I win the next game, it'll be my highest Title Tuesday score, I think, ever recorded. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I'm white again. Okay, white for the final game. Playing Legend Unknown? Legend in Unknown. We'll have a Knight C3 Sicilian. So it did have this position several games ago, where we saw G6. Yeah, here we see a slightly different line. I don't have so much experience here. Am I supposed to take with queen? Taking with queen makes some sense. I mean, Knight C6 is coming. Bishop E3, Queen B6. I'm kind of just making stuff up, but I think there's some logic to getting in queen b6. I'm not sure though. Okay, so king e2. Delayed bond cloud. Bishop d8, I have knight a4. Yeah, black's just developing though. What's my plan? Your rook here, and then bishop d7, bishop c7 is some trick. Is it working though? Guess we'll find out. Because there's no d5. Like, it looks like I'm winning a pawn. Okay, so take... I have rook c1 to be safe. a3 might be strong. Just calling black's bluff. So I don't think knight c2 is actually a threat now. Because I trapped the knight. Any counterattack, I can take the pawn. Okay, so I think I just take the pawn. Really? What am I missing? Knight, wow. Really? It's a move. Have to take? I take the bishop? No, I have to take. And knight still might be getting stuck in some lines. Like knight a3, I take on e7, play c4. I definitely want to take the bishop. I could throw in knight e5. Actually makes some sense. Because bishop e5, now I have c4. Knight supports c4. Bishop a4, I have rook d4. Bishop e8 blocks a rook. And now it's a question. c4. I think now c4 makes sense. f6, knight d3. I'm calculating bishop a4, rook c3. There's b5 to save the knight, maybe. Knight taken, rook c7, maybe. Wait, so bishop a4, rook c3, take, knight b1, rook b3. Rook b3, rook d8, king c2. I should be trapping the knight. Yeah, so rook c3, what's black doing? Okay, so now bishop a4, I have like some rook a1. Okay, let's go. Best title Tuesday ever? Winning the final game in 23 moves? I don't think I win prize money, because even my best score ever, it's not good enough to like finish in the money, but I felt pretty sharp overall this tournament. Did have a lot of games kind of go my way. Thanks everyone for being here for this special moment. Yeah, definitely helped to have just finished a classical tournament. Hello to YouTube. Hello to the main channel. Yeah, I usually post the Title Tuesday videos on the extra channel, but this is a special one. I started the tournament like 2560 something, so I gained about 60 points. Okay, it's over. I finished in 26th. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. Yeah, this goes on YouTube. I'll timestamp every game in the description as like a chapter, so let me know what your favorite game was.